everyone, welcome back to Vet Day at Mason's Cavies, and I have a lot to tell you and not a lot of footage, so do forgive me if I sound like I'm trying to get through this really fast. So, this is Kira, and she is my piggy that I said keeps coming out in eye ulcers that I can't seem to get on top of, but I can't see any cause for these ulcers to come up. Now, this is vet student Tom, he was here as well, and they're both checking over Kira with this dye that should bring up the cause of the eye ulcer. However, it wasn't happening. We found that she actually has early stages of glaucoma in both of her eyes, which is just pants. So we've got some nice drops, which I'll show you later on, and I'll explain a little bit more about that later on. However, next is the beautiful Harriet Potter. Now, we were concerned about a lump that she had on her side. She looked really lopsided, even when you picked her up. Look at her, she's like, I'm being violated. So, after an examination and an ultrasound scan, after being poked and prodded by the student vet as well, obviously, I can confirm that she is just getting used to a new diet, a new feeding regime, and she's full of wind. Basically, she just needs a good fart. So, another expensive fart. She left a nice generous tip for the vet and said, put me down, I am absolutely fine. So yep, she's perfect. No babies, no cysts, she's great. Next was the beautiful Maple, and again I wanted her to have a health check and an ultrasound to confirm whether she is pregnant or not, or whether she has any kind of cysts from the background that she came from. You know, I wanted to check it out. However, she had a mouth full of green. Yes, must have a mouthwash. Yeah, I didn't ask for that. I don't appreciate that, you know. Look at her, she's so cute. She's such a good girl. Anyway, her teeth are fine, and next we move on to the ultrasound. And again, she is absolutely fine. No pregnancy, no cysts. That makes me very happy. Next is Twix, and again, I'm not massively concerned about her. I just wanted to confirm pregnancy or cysts so that I know what I'm walking into. You know, I want to make sure that I can always be prepared. Face. Yeah, I want to make sure that I can always be prepared to look after them, whatever, you know, their conditions throw at me, whether that's pregnancy or potentially needing a spay. You know, I'd just like to know. That's why I choose to spend this money, just as a precaution because of where they've come from. And she, again, is absolutely fine. I'm going to point out her bladder in a second because, unlike the others, it was full, and we were hoping that, hang on, there it is, look. We were hoping that she wasn't going to pee on the vet, but that face says she's thinking about it. But she's perfect, and she's going to spend the rest of her life with us, and she'll be very happy. I obviously had to show Adele my new piggy, Adeline, and she instantly fell in love with her, obviously, just like I did. But she did try to steal her and try and put her in her pocket. The audacity. Give me back my pig, she's not yours. Oh, she is cute though, isn't she? Oh, she's just so pretty. Ah. Anyway, Kira. So we can give her some... Oh, wave goodbye to the vet. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Kira, we can give her eye drops to treat the glaucoma. Now, it is very early stages, so I don't want anybody to panic that she's going to lose her eyes immediately. Look at that. It's not even bloody full. No, this can be managed with drops, and hopefully that will be enough to keep it at bay. If not, then... you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. She does potentially have the potential to lose both of her eyes at some point in her life, which sucks, but we're not at that point yet. So I'm just glad that the rescues get to live their lives here. It's a pleasure to look after them. And I know it may seem extreme to some people, but it gives me peace of mind knowing that they're happy and they're healthy.